uh, uh, uh. The fifth dimension of existence. Welcome. We've been awaiting your arrival.
Welcome to Treat Your Temple Talk Revelations. Happy Tuesday, you guys. Treat Your Temple Talk is my platform where we share healing experiences, spiritual journeys, just mental health things that we all are just going through. And I like to speak to people who are really tapped into certain frequencies of healing. So I have a special guest today, of course. The Revelations season is reviewing the conversations that I had last year with some really amazing individuals, and I have asked them to come back on so we can discuss the revelations that I had just based off of our conversation with my girl, the urban hippie goddess. Let me put that on here. Here we go. Penny. And let's go.
I think you did it.
How
Wait,
are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm blessed, and that's all that matters. I'm doing okay. How about
Oh,
you?
well, it's been real crazy. It's been real crazy. So I'm grateful that you're here today to
Yes.
put it into the atmosphere, a little bit more sanity.
Yes.
Uplifting. I did want to play this song because we are now implementing a new aspect of Treat Your Temple. We have a track of the day, and
Okay.
the music is really, really, really a big part of my healing journey, especially the music that I've been tapped into recently. It's a new genre I like to coin, the uplifting healing genre.
Yes.
And this song specifically, it's from Lizzie Jeff, Sauce Guy, and Sunrise. It's called Frozone, and the
Okay.
song is actually a freestyle over a beat by this guy named Big Scar.
Okay. Who
You know,
just passed?
yes, the one that just passed, and so I thought that was really in alignment with our discussion of just transmuting through traumas like that, and I think that his journey specifically is also a good thing that we could just kind of play on. So let's play the song real quick. If we can tap in, turn it up a little bit.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
He said, "Hold on, you gotta get okay."
You gotta let it build.
Yeah.
I had to jacket, put a coat on. The struggle was letting the boat stone, so I put it on ice as a snow cone. So
Gone.
Monica, please not tell me the mama. I'm dedicated like Hanukkah. My goddess, she blow like a Monica. Love what she said.
Hey.
Put on my face you can sit on. I had to go put some drip on. Find me a beach at the T-bone.
Sweetie.
First to make it out the city. And I brought all my demons with me. We getting thrown like a frisbee. Ties the moon and stars. I just been chilling on Mars. I'm mixing Project Cat and Nas. You want me to do it?
That's dope. And you said that's called Frozone?
Yep, Frozone by Sauce Guy featuring Lizzie Jeff and Sunrise. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
And I'm gonna add it to my my Treat Your Temple playlist on my YouTube. So if y'all want to check it out, you can go there, and it'll take you to his selection too.
Hey.
Then I get to the bag. Then I get to the cheddar. You feel the truth of my words, my rhymes, my son, guy, young bro. Activate your murder block. Manifesting at a higher rate. Now I'm really feeling like rock.
Hey.
The people used to call me odd. Now my lifestyle supports my life. Yeah, I really love my job. And I really love myself.
And I really love my tribe.
Every time we link up.
Yeah. It's a vibe.
Yeah, I really love myself. Cause I really love my tribe.
Every time we link up. Yeah. It's a vibe.
Big old titties. Big old back. Hey. Big old class. Big old team. Big old tribe. Big old green.
Keep my cells alive.
I'm on these stocks. I'm on these options. I'm on these crypto. ETH rockets. You heard the futures. Shout out to Tom. He got the game.
We get dangling. If you wanna get it poppin',
What it got is
it's your chance.
Get your wallet. Do your dance. Hey. Invest it. Then you flip that bitch again. Research Tesla. Tell your friends. Then you get back to the plan.
Fuck the system. She said fuck the system, okay?
Straight up. And just remember when you got that account, make sure you got the opportunity to add beneficiaries. Generational wealth ain't generational wealth if we ain't got nobody to pass it down to. That's all.
Okay.
I'll stay focused.
Stay focused.
Stay focused.
Yeah. So yes, I'm really grateful for the uplifting healing music. Like I said, that is going to be added to the Treat Your Temple track list on my YouTube at the link in my bio. And I picked that song for today's track because I'm speaking with the beautiful urban hippie goddess Shayla. She is a yoga instructor, and I know she love to get it popping with the movement. Okay.
Yes.
And our last conversation on here, we talked about transmuting through different phases of life and kind of transmuting energy instantly with movement. And that was one of the ways that I learned for myself that you help implement for me that will instantly help you shift your energy in a moment. Because that was my question to you the first time we talked. What are some ways that could help us just instantly shift our energy? Because especially when we in times like these where it's like weird this going on and it's like stuff coming at us left and right, and it's like what's going on in the world, how can we instantly shift our energy back into a more alignment with ourselves, with peace, with unity, with the purple principles.
Right.
So music has been that for me, and I realized that I love trap music. Like I love trap music. And I had to realize that even when I'm listening to the trap music, I have to do a lot of transmutation.
Yes.
It's like I can hear the song and I know that I'm not really, serving no bricks or nothing.
Right.
But I had to move it in my head to where it is in alignment with my actual life.
Part.
But that's
because you don't want to take in any of that heavy energy that comes along with some of the lyrics, the music itself, and all of that. So I'm with you. That's exactly what I do. Because, I call myself a ghetto spiritualist. Okay. So I love me a good trap. You know what I'm saying? Fucking the hoes, selling drugs, doing all of that type of stuff. Yes, I'm here for it. However, in my true essence, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like that energy is not necessarily me, but I don't know. It gives me inspiration. It makes me feel like I'm that nigga. Almost.
Very inspiring. No, for real. Like it's very inspiring. And I'm like energetically, like that's not the ultimate frequency that I want to be on. So I'm just really have tapped into another frequency of the same. I can still feel that same. I can still feel motivated. I can still twerk to it. I can still feel like I'm, you know what I'm saying? I want to bump it up in the car when I'm moving.
Right, straight up.
Because it be getting rapidy rap when people be trying to be inspirational on their rap sometimes. It get real rapidy rapish, and it's like, that's not, I don't want to listen to that,
Right.
I don't even want to listen to that. So, but this one, like I was saying, I know another thing that we were speaking about, and I know that you did want to. I seen that you put on your story that you did want to shed some light to a few of the things that you have been through, and I wanted to talk about this guy, Big Scar, and because I seen a video of him because I wasn't up on Big Scar like
Yeah,
that.
so if you could fill me in, so I'm not gonna lie, I am just now getting up to date with the whole Gucci Man and Keisha K or drama. So I'm not very familiar with what exactly is going on.
So to what I know is that Big Scar was signed to the 1017. Now everybody who really know me know I love me some Gucci Mane, love me some 1017. I was part of the Brick Squad one day in my life. One day before I was part of Brick Squad. But Big Scar is a Brick Squad. I don't know if they call it Brick Squad no more. I know they call it 1017. But 1017, and he passed of an overdose.
Gotcha.
And so I guess the big thing right now is that Gucci Mane was supposed to pay for the
Right.
that's the big gossip right now. But what I'm speaking about is that I seen a video of him before he passed where he was like at a counter. He was at a counter of some and he was on live. But he was so drugged out where he was like almost like incapacitated on the live.
Like a zombie, basically.
Like a zombie. And it just really it triggered me a lot because I know so many people, especially men of color who suffer through a lot of addictions, and it's like a lifestyle. It's a glorified lifestyle at this point, especially when it comes to rappers and it comes to, hood niggas and just that whole energy. It's like glorified to be on these drugs and be on barred out or whatever they're taking out. It's like common for us to be losing them to overdoses. And then we just got Gangster Boo. She just died.
Yes.
So it's like where we are in this time, people like us who have been on that frequency but see that there is higher ground to be met in those spaces, it's like I feel like it's a responsibility for us to speak about how other ways of getting through those things besides staying hooked on the drugs or staying hooked on the alcohol, because I know that was something that I glorified in my life, in my previous life, where it's like, let's get a bottle, let's have a good time, let's turn up. You know what I'm saying? And I had to shift my way of realizing like that's fueling your demise. Like it's literally fueling your demise, where it could be glorified. It could be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she got all the bottles in the club. She got all turned up. But what is that really doing for the collective? And what is that doing for your own, especially your sanity? Because it's like, what are you running from if you want to get drunk enough that you black out? What are you running from if you want to get so high where you as a public figure, that's what I'm talking about, Big Scar, I'm like, what are you running from that you on in the gas station or in this supermarket online and stand up straight? Like, what are you running from? And I know that you were speaking about, what you have been through and how you have overcome situations where people have been that traumatized or have even lost their life to those things.
Yes.
So I want to give you a space to talk about that. And
yes, absolutely. So, if you don't know, well, 5 years ago, coming January 18th, my son died of suicide, 15 years old. But also, actually, my father is an alcoholic. So this is something that I understand very deeply. And that was another reason why I posed that question, because I feel like right now what we're in, I know they talk about the COVID pandemic, but I feel like we're in a whole mental health pandemic, where people are just clicking out because they're not really aligning with self. They're not really tuning into, everything that they are, which is, for me, I feel like that's what kind of put the fire in that 2020 2022 year underneath my ass, if that kind of makes sense. Because I tend to be an introvert. I like to stay out the way, sit back, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of chill. And those who come to me for healing, cool, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get this healing. But now I'm feeling like this is now my due diligence to give different tools to other people on how I even made it through, you know, these different situations, and even how I'm making it through these situations to this day.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like right now the energy that we are in is deep. You know what I'm saying? We're coming into a time where it's like a collapse of an empire, almost, in a sense. So anytime there's some sort of collapse, there's always a lot of chaos and a lot of crazy stuff that just kind of pops up. However, there's still a beauty in that. It's kind of like that phoenix being born from the ashes. So, you know, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it gets heavy, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah.
And see, this is why I love my tribe of individuals that I resonate with on a soul level. Because when this empire is collapsing, this is the strength, this is the phoenixes and the healers and the spiritual actual like embodiments are
Yes.
going to feel standing strong afterwards.
And that's why I say it's important that you have to do your work. I know it looks crazy, you know, how some of us live our lives, but you have to do your work. Like, you have to actually genuinely heal, because shit is gonna get thick. It's gonna get thick out here.
And just being able to have discernment on the real and the fake, and that's where the mental health gets really messed up, where it's like we've been pushed this image for so long, not like so resonant. Our external environment isn't really matching up with our soul and by our internal environment, and that's where people get to reaching out for drugs and alcohol. Because I know that's what I had to realize about myself, that I was using alcohol as a way to access a spiritual essence in the physical.
Okay.
See that in my physical space, because it's like I wanted to express myself in a certain way, but I didn't see that externally. So I would go to the spirits,
Right.
to act that, and it's like I could do that for myself. I could fuel myself in my own spirit without the alcohol, and realize that that's another tool and not a solution.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and that's what even that's what I was saying on the last one. Like, even pills, like medicinally, we thinking that us going to the doctors and getting these prescriptions are what's the solutions for us, and that's not even, it's not fully wholly healing.
Not at all. Like, look, I was literally working as a pharmacist in the pharmacy, making good money. My reason from stepping away from that corporate world was because, you know, I saw what was going down. You know what I'm saying? Being in contact with doctors, patients, and all of that type of stuff. I saw what was going down. That stuff ain't helping nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's not helping anybody. It's not.
You know, so it's really good for us to have spaces where, because like I really have been standing by this, that it takes more than pills to heal what's bringing the illnesses.
Because it starts in the spiritual first before anything.
Exactly. An internal environment, an external environment, a positive mindset, and that's where our spirituality comes into place, helping our mindset, because that's what's unseen. You know what I'm saying? The unseen helps us balance out our mental capacity to understand what's happening externally from us. And yep, exactly, Sarita. It is definitely a business, and yes, and they aren't looking to find that, and that's why people are just destroying themselves, because they're getting sucked into this loop of,
And they want them quick fixes, or what they presume to be quick fixes, and a lot of times they're not. They're just, a lot of times, even with medical stuff, they're just fixing symptoms, but they never get to the root of what the issue is.
Yeah, so I've been studying symptometry.
Okay.
by the Dr. Maxwell Nardi. And
I gotta write that down. Maxwell
yeah,
Nardi.
Maxwell Nardi. I got put on to this doctor, and that's his whole practice of symptometry is finding the root of the issues and not like just based off the symptoms, just trying to get you, because we could all, have a symptom of having a headache, and then, but what's causing that headache? You know what I'm saying? A symptom could be so many different things. You could have an aneurysm. You could be getting too much smoke. You could be getting too little light or natural light. All of these things is root causes of why you're getting this headache. But if you doctor and they're gonna just ask you, okay, what symptoms are you having? Oh, okay, let me give you some for your headache then. But that's not really treating you. That's not treating why you even keep constantly having these chronic headaches. It's just stopping you from having a headache. And who knows what this medicine is, what's in this pill that's like
that part,
like just stopping you from feeling your head.
That
you probably ain't still there, but you just done got numb head. You can't even feel your whole head no more. It is like, how do we overcome that? Because it's happening right now, and it happens through us making sure that we are presenting an alternative, because that's not what has happened for people like Big Scar. An alternative wasn't presented to him. Maybe, I don't know, but mostly if you're in that type of lifestyle,
it probably wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? And that's also what I wanted to ask about your son, and how, thank you. How did the build up to that? Because I know you said that he was only 15 years old. Mm-hmm. Was there symptoms, or was there any indicators of what he may have been struggling with coming up onto that?
So with my son, my son had daddy issues. Mm-hmm. We're gonna keep it like that. My son had major daddy issues, which, I get it. Me and my child's father, we were very young when we had him, so we didn't know any better. Which, when having babies, we need to make sure that not only our partner loves themselves, but we're in love with ourselves. Mm-hmm. So in saying that, I do feel that, during that particular time, there definitely was some of my baggage that I gave to my baby, of my own depression and heavy energy, and, just that energy that resides within me. Mm-hmm. Also, my baby daddy, he wasn't shit. Long story short, he didn't help with anything, wasn't present, any of that. So, it literally was a woman trying to raise a man. From there, I had a boyfriend who he was the father figure, for my son. He ended up getting killed. So that was like another jab to my son, because it's kind of like his own father really ain't stepping up to the place. He's connected with this other person, but it's like, damn, the universe just kind of ripped him away from him. Yeah. That basically started, I felt like it started bubbling up that depression. He definitely showed signs. And I will admit, I feel like if I didn't necessarily go the Western route, even though I don't necessarily believe in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just is what it is. And, people's times it just is what it is. Yeah. But I do feel like, even with connecting with the Western medicine part, because like I had my son on like St. John's wort. I had him on, different herbal blends and stuff like that. And he was doing amazing. Mm-hmm. However, talking to the therapist, they're like, oh, well, these things are not FDA approved. You need to take him off of these. Mm-hmm. And as soon as, I took him off of that regimen, a little bit, while after, that's when, he did end up committing suicide. But, a lot of his struggle is a lot of daddy issues. I also believe that, my son was the type of child who loved love. So I think in his Aquariusness, because, Aquariuses are not very emotional or like to share like that. I think in his Aquariusness, he also was maybe questioning his sexuality to a certain extent also. But I still have not necessarily confirmed that, but that's just from the vibes that I kind of get from that, just kind of being his mother. But yeah, what I'm saying, like it literally was kind of like trauma after trauma. His daddy, left him, then his other father figure left him.
Wow.
Um,
Ooh. And I know you probably don't, but I do want to offer my condolences, and to think that that may be something that you have struggled with, thinking that you made a mistake on, going with your first mind. That may be something really heavy.
it is.
Extreme.
And you know what it is? Because that is something that, I'm a whole gangster. Are you about to have me start crying out here and stuff? But in 2022, that was my goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I don't necessarily question, because I believe that even in his passing, that was part of my elevation. You know what I'm saying? That was a learning experience for me. But oh,
It's real healing
right.
though.
By 2020, I was learning how to forgive myself. You know what I'm saying? As a mother, and understand that I did everything that I could do. You know what I'm saying? Really hammering that into my mind, but also my heart. So that I don't necessarily take that heaviness, with me, almost, in a sense. But that's what my 2022 year was about, just kind of humbling myself and coming into forgiveness for myself of just what is, and understanding that, yeah, I'm human. Yeah, I make mistakes. And as parents, I think we definitely make mistakes, but I didn't do anything wrong, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
A lot of times we fail to acknowledge that, because that's the dark side of healing. You know what I'm saying? That's the shadow side of healing, of actually having to forgive ourselves, forgive our family, forgive others. That's a whole mantra that I had to force myself to even repeat daily, because that's the shadow side, because these things aren't just happening to us, and we ain't just sitting in the yoga. The yoga is fun, but it's tied to that as well. That's actually a chemical reaction that's happening in our body, that's allowing us to be more fluid in this experience. And when we look at it as like, okay, I did all that I could do, it's easy to say that, but feeling that and really embodying that and forgiving ourselves from not knowing no better. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that was my goal for myself, to understand that. You know what I'm saying? So that I can begin to, because again, I love life. However, I don't want to keep doing this again. I want to get it right this time if I can. So I am really talking to myself, really trying to transmute that and understand that, I'm not even taking things as a loss. I take it as a lesson or a blessing. That's it. That's it.
That's gangster. I'm gonna let you know right there. That's the real. It's 2023 and beyond. The real gangsters is the healers, the shadow workers, the spiritualists that's really using this and embodying what overcoming actually is, and not doing that frou love and light type of stuff.
Right.
Them is who we banging on.
Yeah, because it gets dirty up in there. It does. It gets dirty. And even for me, I think everybody sees my smile, and I do have a sunny disposition. That's just, me. And I think a lot of people assume that she act like she don't nothing bother her. But nah, fam, it gets dark up around here. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem admitting it, or standing in my darkness. So, it's come with me. It's the light and the dark.
Because people don't really realize where you have to go to get that level of awareness. So, a little backstory for everybody. Shayla was the first tarot and yoga reader that I ever went to for myself. And it was so impactful for me for her to go into wherever she went to get the information that she gave to me that day. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you gotta travel somewhere deep and dark to get that access to that type of insight, you know?
Agreed.
And people just be like, I'm gonna just look at the cards and read them. No, this is just a tool. The cards is just a tool. You know, we are literally accessing different realms, and it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy. And and that's what I've been meaning to, because when I tell you, I see you and your partner. You know what I'm saying? I have never met him before, but I see y'all out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are really out here in the field doing the work, helping people actually heal and tuning people. We need that shit, dog. Like, we need that shit, because again, things are going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. So, I commend you. Gratitude to you.
Thank you for that, because like, that's why I said, that's why I wanted to have these conversations, because I'm building up my spiritual league, you know what I'm saying? And there are many of us who don't be on these social sites or just big in it, or that's their hope, but this is their life, because that's the ones that I need in my corner on this battlefield. The real G's, you know what I'm talking about? The real G's.
Right, the real warriors, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I also feel like right now, 2023, that's where you are definitely going to see more of them stand up. Because, I even know for me, like doing readings and all of that type of stuff, I no longer was inspired to do that shit. I'm just going to be honest with you, because it became very surface. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like that, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so much more depth and just assistance that, that whole process can do. So, I feel like right now, it's weaning that energy out, and now soon 2023 and going beyond, the real gangsters, the warriors, the Wakandas forever, they're coming alive.
Because even with the tools, it gets, like you said, real surface level, and it gets really washed up in the potency of the magic that is in the tarot, and even in the Reiki, and even the yoga. Mm-hmm. We can make yoga surface level, mm-hmm, where it ain't potent as it supposed to, that it actually is. Right. So you pulling back from the doing those things and starting to teach and guide people in that essence is so valuable, because there's so many women and men out here who are looking like, I wanna know about tarot, but I'm gonna look it up on Instagram and see, right, and have access to all this frou teaching of it.
Right. And that was another thing. That's why I started offering. I'm so tired of people taking advantage of folks, mm-hmm, and in their time of suffering. So, let me teach other people how to read for themselves so that they can check out what the energy is doing. And, what I'm saying, move accordingly from there, instead of, giving their money to all of these folks who they're just trying to get y'all money.
Literally. And they real sneaky with it. They, mm-hmm, sneak every way. That's why I'm so grateful for the discernment. So that's the word of the day. Discernment. Having discernment to what's actually fueling you, and what are you fueling. Right. Because even like the music, like, we get into this music where it's like, it sound good, it even make us feel a certain way, but it's, right, literally destroying our community. It's literally destroying our community, and we're fueling it. And just like anything, it only runs off of our energy. So is it fueling me? Am I listening to this and it actually is providing something into my life, into my insight and my spiritual well-being? Or am I just giving it my energy for it to grow and continue?
Faster, right. Right.
destroying people's lives, because that really triggered me to see that young man like that, because it was like I've seen that so many times, like
Mm-hmm.
people who will drug themselves and just feel like that's every day until one day they did, and everybody around them is just going along with it. You know what I'm saying?
And
That
that's the scary part, because I feel like a lot of people are kind of coming, or I don't want to say a lot of people, but well, yeah, there's a lot of people getting to that point. I don't know if it's that they're giving up, or if they're just, you know what I'm saying, just giving in to just everything that's going on in their life, or what. But it's just, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking seeing that. You know what I'm saying? And you see it more times than not.
no, I really feel like it's because they haven't been given other options. Because, and I that just made me think about my daughter's father, and before he passed, what he said to me was that he was looking for another way. And because this is the life that he had been living, he's in this environment. That's why I was saying that it takes a positive mindset, a positive environment, and nurturing to actually heal someone, all
Right.
three aspects. But if they're not even given a different option, like they don't even see nothing outside of what's immediately,
Yeah.
don't even leave.
It's hard for them to see that light, or to see, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't leave their hood. They don't listen to a different radio station. They don't read nothing outside of what's on their timeline, which is all people that's in their immediate environment. So they don't never have that spark of a different way of living. So of
Right.
course, give up, because that's all this all I see is niggas getting, high every day. So this what I'm doing, and it's all I know to do. This
Right.
year is all about the real standing up. You know what I'm saying? Been It's been like we had to lose so many people in order to get to this point, and it's really disheartening. But I had said it in 2020, like I was preparing myself to lose a lot of people, lose a lot of people, because first of all, I'm getting out of the environment that I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to make me lose a lot of people in itself. And then I know that the environment that I'm leaving from is toxic enough that I don't want it to kill me. But I know that if people don't leave there, it's going to kill them.
Oh, you said a whole, you preach right there. Okay. You know, because being from that same environment, I get it. I see it. I done been there. And it's scary, because again, I see all of our people's gifts that they have to give in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is magical. All them folks are gods and goddesses. They just don't know. And it is so heartbreaking to see that, and to see how, you know, folks just kind of just allow for their magic to just kind of dwindle out, almost, in a sense. And you're right. I don't know if they will get it, you know, especially being in that environment, because I also feel like it's an energy thing, because as soon as you come in there, it's like, whew, like, oh. um but I do hope folks get it, you know, because that's not where it's at. Not only that, we need sun. Ain't
That
no
part,
sun there.
yes. It's like if you even know that, you get to, because like I was saying, I haven't seen so many people talk about seasonal depression ever. Like that's a clinical term that people ain't just, latching on to, but I've seen it from just normal people nowadays. And if you know that much to call it something, you're depressed, you're not feeling a certain way, and now you're attaching it to it being out of season, then you have to make a action on going to get what you need to fuel yourself. If you,
Right, you got to make a change.
yeah, okay, I get seasonally depressed, so I need to adjust with, in this time I need to go somewhere where they got sun at. I need to at least make a 10-day vacation every year during this time, so I can avoid this. If I ain't gonna leave, if I want to still live in this space in order to benefit my health and my wellness, this is the adjustments that I have to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why, like, I moved down to Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and I moved close to the water because I knew the benefits that it gave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel the benefits that it gives.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important. It's important.
Very important. Very important. Oh, okay. Go over there. But yes, thank you. It was something else I wanted to say before we got. Oh, yeah, because you were speaking about everyone being magical. This is why I am offering the energy flow reports. This
Ooh.
is it changed my life, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I already was in the space of, you know, toning into the knowledge of myself, but this energy flow report, it gave me the specific way my body flows and how it flows when it's out of alignment with my true essence of myself. So I offer those to people so that we can have a different option of, or even a different way to look at ourselves.
Right. Right.
It's mapped out where it's like, okay, if you operate in this specific way with your flow, this is the outcome. This is how you will see the results in your life. And if you don't, if you operate outside of your natural flow, this is when you see it like that, like, dang, that's really be happening in my life. Out of my
Look, I need one of them.
Yes, it's in the link in my bio, and I got you. It's like, whoa, it just opened up so much more because I had to offer it to everyone because, like you said,
it gives you the template of basically your energy template.
Yep, the energy template, and it gives you specific mapped out what you be experiencing when you ain't doing that. And when I seen that, I was like, I don't want to experience that no more. This is why I've been experiencing this, because I've been moving outside of my energy flow. I'm not doing that no more. And it's a practice. It definitely is a practice, because I found that I still sometimes will be naturally, because of the program that I'm still even running on, I could easily get into that not self.
Right.
But it immediately be like, oh, I know how to change that now. I know how to change it now. Let me get back to comment.
Yes, because I feel like, identifying issues energetically, oh Lord, it saves so much time and like work and all of that. Like, so that's also how I kind of see astrology. You know what I'm saying? Just basing things on the start. Me getting an understanding of that energy of what's going on, I can have an understanding of my energy and the different, or my universe, and how that energy shows up in me. And I feel like that's also been something that just helps. So I need one of them.
You for sure. So yes, I know you said you had to go.
Yes.
Pardon me. Thank you for sharing. Let the people know anything that you are offering that you would like to, get out there to more people, because
Yes. So, as the beautiful Shabri said, of course, I am definitely a yoga teacher. I offer personal or private one-on-ones, and I do the occasional classes on virtual. Just check me out. I'm also offering Reiki chakra scans, which are beautiful, especially for the beginning of the year. Oh, and I wanted to talk to you about that, because in these scans, I'm finding a lot of correlation with the throat chakra, and then also the sacral chakra that you wanted. So like both of them are being unbalanced. So I'm also offering, chakra scans, and then the Reiki to help to balance those chakras, as well as mentorship right now, where I'm teaching people different healing modalities, how to read tarot, how to understand that, how to understand their sun, their moon, their rising, as well as their north node, so that they have a little bit more understanding of the direction and how to work with the energy that they have. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. And a little bit of traveling Reiki also, touching on
with the urban hippie goddess, okay?
Yes.
Like I said, she gave me my first reading, and that a lot of what she gave me in that reading is what we're doing right now today. It gave me a overview of who I truly am, and I'm so grateful for that. Because I was like, this, I'm who? I do what? I'm supposed to be doing what?
Look, because it been, and the thing in your gift, okay, a lot of other people have to get in tune with Reiki. She does not. Her does not. Right there, okay? She just has that energy that's flowing directly to her. So, you know, I'm just letting y'all know. She's the goat.
That's what I was like. I got attuned. I'm Reiki 1, and ever since I got that, it's been like it's been like barriers for me to even get the master. Like it's
Really?
been like every time I be like, let me go do it, or let me like want to take the opportunity. It's been like, why, or
Well,
something.
do you want me to tell you why? 1 second, let me tell them now. Be just a couple more minutes. You want me to tell you why you should? Because you are a nurturer, you are a giver, you are someone who is supposed to lead people. If you take it up a whole nother level, you can begin to offer that to other folks, begin to teach other folks how they can heal themselves, how to turn on that energy. So, you know, if that inspires you, I definitely recommend for you to go up for the master, because I think that you would make a wonderful Reiki teacher, because again, you know, not everybody is naturally in tune to that. So it also makes you kind of side eye some of the people who are doing it, because it, you know, is the energy really flowing there?
Right.
Because, you know, I feel like it's an innate thing more so than anything. But I think that's why you should go for the masters, because
Thank you for that. I hope my sensei in here. I might be hollering at you, sensei. Give my mastery.
yeah.
Yes, but yes, Sarita, it does incorporate the human design as well. It gives you a little bit of that, but more in depth on the gates and the flows of your energy as well. So, yep, she got to go, y'all. So tap in with her for the yoga, for the tarot, and just that guidance, and just tap in, because her spirit is dope as ever. And I'm grateful to share space with you. And y'all have an amazing rest of your Tuesday.
Yes, have an amazing rest of your Tuesday.